Hello and welcome back to the Cruise Line YouTube channel. I'm here with somebody new to the channel. It's your first time doing a video.
It is, yeah.
I'd like to introduce you to Rashmi from our marketing department. How you doing?
Good, good.
And we're going to talk today about your recent voyage on Atlas Ocean Voyages.
World traveller.
So let's start off with, how many cruises have you been on? So we can kind of figure out what you're judging this against.
So I've only been on one other cruise, and that's Holland America, New Statendam. So being on Atlas World Traveller is my second.
Okay, so it's something a little bit different and a first time experience. And I know Atlas is new to us, so this is an exciting time. So you said you went on the World Traveller.
Yes.
Where did you go from? Where did you go? What was the itinerary first? Where were you travelling to from and to?
So I embarked in Barcelona, and I went from there to Nice.
Okay, brilliant. So let's start off with how did you get there? So did you book flights and transfer? Did you kind of wing it, like just fly out there and look for a taxi? What was the way you went about it?
Yeah, so I booked an early flight actually. It was 9 o'clock in the morning from London Gatwick, which got me to Barcelona airport for 12:30, I want to say. And I booked myself a transfer as well, which only took about 20 minutes. So that got me to the port at least like an hour or two early. But that was fine because there was Atlas employees down there with a like canapes and like drinks, just so that when you're waiting, you just, you've got stuff to do. And it was quite nice actually to see the other guests that were coming on board. So it was quite a smooth journey actually.
Oh, that's good. So they give you a chance to kind of meet some of the other guests, meet some of the travel agents, because you weren't alone. There was a party of you on board.
Yeah.
It made sense to fly out early, didn't it? So you didn't have that worry about whether you were going to get to the ship on time, and that the Atlas staff looked after you while you were waiting. So that sounds like a good experience.
Yeah.
When it came to checking in, did you check in prior to leaving the UK? Did you check in at the port? What was that kind of experience like?
So I actually checked in at the port itself. So before I did that, I was talking to the employees, talking to everyone else that was on board. But check-in was actually quite smooth, because once you checked in before getting on board, once you got in, it was quite a smooth sailing from there, really.
Great. So now you've boarded the ship and you're excited. We've all been there, excited about seeing your accommodation. I know you had a little bit of an issue with yours because you originally booked in a veranda stateroom and then you got moved to a ocean view on board. But the staff on board were great, weren't they, about moving you back to a veranda stateroom. So how was that experience? Like, what did you do? Did you just go downstairs and talk to them, or kind of how'd you go about it?
Yeah, so once I checked in, obviously they took my luggage to the ocean view stateroom already. So they escorted me to there. But they wanted everyone on board the ship before they could allocate me, hopefully, a veranda. So after we did the drill, I went to reception and I asked them, is it okay if I could, get my original booking, which was a veranda stateroom. And they spoke to the manager, and within 5 minutes, they had already got someone to get my suitcase from my ocean view and take me to my veranda suite. And to be fair, the service and the whole process of everything was actually quite smooth, and everyone was just, a very good help.
So once you had your stateroom changed over and you've been moved, and that was a great process, what did you do then? Because it's exciting, isn't it, to get on board a ship and kind of go exploring and see what's around. So what were your first impressions when you kind of actually went out to explore the ship?
It was actually quite interesting because obviously when I went into my ocean view suite, I looked at that before I got moved, and it was nice to see the difference between the ocean view and the veranda. And as much as they're similar, you do have that extra square footage of, like,
some nice outside space.
Yeah, so it's nice to have some outside space where you can just sit down and relax and just take in the views. But afterwards, because it's such a small ship, I found myself just exploring the ship within, I think, half an hour. And it was quite nice as well when I was exploring the ship to just talk to some of the guests on board, go see where the bars are and the lounge areas are. So yeah, it was actually very, very nice and very, very quick to do that as well.
So being a smaller ship than the Holland America ship you went on is obviously a much quicker process, and that gives you kind of more time to to meet the other guests on board. Going back to your balcony, did you use your balcony throughout the trip? Did you think that would be a worthwhile upgrade going from the outside to the balcony?
Yeah, I think so, because sometimes I just wake up and I just need some fresh air. I just want to see the views and where I am. I think for me, I did spend quite a bit of time out there, so it was quite worthwhile for me, to be honest.
So what did you think of the veranda stateroom? What kind of things were in there? Can you give me like a bit of a tour? Because obviously I wasn't there, so what did you think of it? What was the...
To be honest, compared to the ocean view stateroom that I saw, a lot more spacious. You get a free rucksack and a free Atlas bottle, which you can refill in Paula's pantry. That's because they want to reduce all like the single-use plastic. So there's also glass bottles that's refilled every single day when you get your room serviced and your room cleaned. They fill that up every single day as well. The bathroom was quite spacious as well. They had marble tilings, which was quite elegant actually, and they have the L'Occitane shampoo and conditioner, which is actually quite nice, and you have body lotion as well, which smells amazing. And you have little touches like, you know, nail files and wipes and stuff like that, which was actually quite nice. So yeah.
Okay, so staying in the bathroom, did you have a bath or a shower?
I had a shower, and the best thing about the showers was there was 3 jets in there. So you have the rain shower at the top, and you have a handheld shower, and you also have 3 jets. And to have all those options is actually it's quite nice, because you don't really get that.
So a nice shower.
Nice, very very nice shower. You know, you had 3 ways of showering, if that makes sense, which was very nice.
Absolutely. So, what do you think about storage on the ship? How many nights were you on board?
So I was on for 6 nights, 7 days.
And did you find there was enough storage for you? Did you take a lot of stuff? I know I tend to underpack, other than taking a lot of camera stuff. But how did you find it?
To be fair, I think I overpacked. I thought I overpacked on the first day, but I didn't really overpack, if that makes sense. You know, I had enough clothes for every single day, but the storage was very good. Underneath the bed, you can put your suitcase under, and I had quite a big suitcase. There's quite a lot of space under there. And when I unpacked, I put everything in my wardrobe, and it fit perfectly. There's 2 separate wardrobes, well, they're together, but they're 2 separate ones. Yep. And there's also some little boxes where you can put your shoes, and you can put your dresses or whatever you have. So there was more than enough space. There was drawers as well. There was space on the desk where you can put your little amenities like your hair straighteners, hair dryer, and anything that you need. So there was more than enough space. And in the bathroom as well, there's a few drawers as well and shelves that you can put all your shower gels and toiletries and stuff in. So more than enough space for me, and I packed a lot of things.
Brilliant. So whilst we're in the kind of main part of the stateroom, what were the plug sockets out of interest? Did you have USB ports? Was there plenty of stuff for you to charge? Because although it's a bit nerdy, we all have items we need to charge and stuff like that. So how did you find that? And were they European plugs or US plugs?
So I was actually quite worried because I wasn't too sure what the plugs were, but there was 2 USB sockets by the desk where the mirror is just by the balcony. There's also a US and a EU plug, and there's EU plugs either side of the bed as well. So they had it all. Yeah, plenty of options. So if you brought one, you'll be completely fine.
And you mentioned possibly overpacking and bringing dresses and different outfits. What did you think of the dress code on board? Was it kind of more casual? Was it kind of more formal? What did you think of that? How was it, and how was it with the other guests?
I think it was quite casual actually, but obviously if you wanted to dress up, you wouldn't stand out like a sore thumb. I think everyone dressed how they wanted to dress. For me, I went more on the dressy side, but if you did decide one evening that you wanted to dress casually, it's fine, you know.
That's good, so you could just more to your personal style rather than...
And I think that's what Atlas kind of portrays. They just want you to be comfortable and to wear what you want, really. So
it's the way you should be on a holiday. You should be able to be yourself and enjoy your time.
Yeah. So I was quite glad that I didn't really open my wardrobe and think, oh, shouldn't really wear that. You know, I kind of thought that's quite nice. I'll be comfortable in that. You know. So it was quite a nice dress code. You know, wear what you want, wear what you feel comfortable with.
That's good. I mean, we're lucky that we get to go on different ships, and like you said, you sailed on Holland America, you've now been on Atlas, you went on Silver Sea for the day. Bit embarrassing, but I did get well overdressed one night on a Silver Sea cruise, and my butler was like, "You may have overcooked this. You might want to rethink that." And I ended up having to go back and get changed. But like you say, it's that weird thing, isn't it? Because you don't want to stick out, not for the wrong reason. But so it's nice to know that you were able to just kind of dress, be yourself, and enjoy your cruise.
Yeah, because I wasn't really sure what the dress code was, so to know that whatever I had in my wardrobe, I would have just fit right in. Okay,
so after you settled into your cabin, you realised you had all the right attire. You've been out to explore the ship. What were some of your favourite places? What would where's the first place you'd recommend someone goes when they get on board?
So when you get on board, you get on deck 4, and on deck 4 there's the Atlas Lounge and the Lisboa restaurant. This is where you dine every single night if you choose to. You can also dine in the 7 Aft, which is on deck 7. That's the second place that I actually went to. That's also where the pool is and the jacuzzi. And you'd probably take a look at the pool and think, oh, that's quite a small pool or a small jacuzzi. But with the amount of people that's on board, no more than actually 200 people, it doesn't get crowded at all. So if one day you decide to wake up and go in the pool, you'll know it's free, and some decks as well, it will be free. On the same deck, there's the Dome, and that's where people normally go to straight after dinner. All the evening entertainments are held there, also in the Atlas Lounge, but for the evening mostly, it's in the Dome. So those are the 3 places that I went to straight away. I also went to go have a look at the spa because, you have to when you're on board. You have to. It's the spa, and the spa is complimentary. So the sauna, is complimentary. But if you want to have like treatments and stuff, you've got to pay like a little bit extra. So those are the 4 places that I actually went to have a look straight away when I got on board.
Awesome. So you mentioned some of the dining venues. What was the dining like on board? What did you think of the food? What was your favourite meal? Tell us more.
The food actually was amazing. As the day went, the food got better and better. Like you'd think the first time you dine, that's as good as it gets. But every single day, the food just got better. And I heard one of the crew members saying that they got a new chef on board, and his food was absolutely delicious. And I think one of my favourite meals was a chicken, I forgot what it was called, but it's a chicken dish, and it was like on a bed of rice. That was my favourite. So it was like breaded chicken on a bed of rice with seasoned vegetables and some truffle fries, which was absolutely delicious. And my favourite dessert was a truffle mousse, which looked like Colin the Caterpillar, but in a mousse. And it was absolutely amazing. So, and from 7 Aft, my favourite meal that I had was ribs with dauphinoise potatoes. And the ribs were falling off the bone. It was so tender, so juicy. And I paired that with my rosé wine, which I became fond of, actually. You
became a big fan.
Yeah, big fan of rosé wine.
So it's funny you mentioned that the food getting better every day. It sounds a bit like a culinary crescendo to get to the end of the day, and it's good that those meals kind of. Did you find that it was the same throughout the entire cruise, or would you thought it was great quality throughout?
Yeah, so I thought it was great quality from the moment I had my first dinner, actually, but it just got better and better. So there wasn't a repeat of anything that you had. Really, they had different soups every day, different, little starters every single day. There was nothing that was on repeat. Depending on where you were porting, they focused their culinary, on where we went to. So
Awesome. Did you try any of the room service?
Yes, I had breakfast room service.
Brilliant.
So the first day I didn't get room service. The second day I got room service. So I thought I'd give it a go.
You have to try.
And after that, I got room service every morning because it was just that good. It was very convenient. There's like a 15-minute gap that you tell them to come between. They always come on time, on the dot, which was great. And your food's always hot. If you don't, for example, the first morning I ordered room service, I forgot to tick coffee and tick orange juice, or I think it might have been the second night. But because the previous morning I ordered coffee and orange juice, and the next day I didn't tick that, they remembered and knew that I like my coffee and I like my orange juice. So every single time I did forget to tick that drinks box, they actually still brought my orange juice and my coffee, which was actually very nice, very surprising that they actually remembered that as well.
That's great, and I suppose it also gives you the opportunity to have breakfast on the balcony as you were in a balcony stateroom.
this is what I meant. I used my balcony to my full advantage. It was lovely. It was great. Seeing all the views whilst having my room service breakfast. It was great.
So we spoke a little bit about dining. We've been into your stateroom, and we know a little bit more about the ship. What about off the ship? How were you did some excursions and some of the other activities? How did you find out? What did you do?
So actually, I made it a mission to go off board, like disembark and go to all the different ports that we went to, just so that I can say I've been off and I've been out and done this. So I got off when I was in Saint-Tropez, and we booked to go and do a walk of Saint-Tropez, which was around 45 minutes. And it was actually quite interesting to get to know the place and, walk around and actually hear some historic, information about the place. And it was quite nice as well because it finished off with playing pétanque, and I became a very good at it, I think. Maybe because I was a glass of wine down, so that might have helped. Yeah, it might have helped. So that was quite nice, and we had some canapes and my favourite rosé wine again. So that was quite nice, and then we took a stroll back to get on a tender to get back on the ship, and yeah, that was actually very nice. Very enjoyed myself. I think it's worth the money. Definitely worth the money.
So after being on Atlas for a week, did it meet your expectations? It's always difficult, isn't it, with a new ship and a new cruise line, as Atlas is to us, to know what to expect. But how did you feel? Did it meet your expectations? Would you do Atlas again? I suppose is the important question. That's the question I'm trying to get across here.
To put it bluntly, yes. I think the service that you get on board, and maybe because it's an intimate small yacht, everything is catered to you. Every single thing that you do, every single thing that you ask for, they literally do it for you.
They know and remember.
Yeah, and I think it was quite nice just walking out of your room and all the staff and the crew saying, "Good morning, Miss Rashmi." It was a very personalised, experience, and everyone was so happy on board. When you walk past reception, they're like, "Hello, Miss Rashmi, how are you? What are you doing today?" It is quite nice, and I think the service went above and beyond. And that's from the dining to the room service to the crew to the entertainment. Everything was catered for us, and you could tell that the crew went above and beyond to make sure that we had a very smooth journey and a smooth cruise.
You had the best time.
It was one of the best moments of my life, actually. Very good.
Strong words. I like it.
Strong words. I
like it. That's what we want to hear. So you've written a blog as well that people can go and read, which you can find online, which is good. We will link it below, so if you want to read that, head over. See some more pictures, because you took a lot of pictures.
Took a lot of pictures, yes.
A lot of pictures. And if you like some videos like this, or you want to know more about some of the other cruise lines that we work with, or any ships in particular, leave them in the comments below, and we will try and get ourselves on board.
Yes.
Definitely try and get on board.
Definitely try that.
And don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe to the channel so you can know when the rest of our videos come out. And thanks for watching.
Thank you.